Hello, this is Dayna from Fertility to Delivery, and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the dichotomy of childbirth, pregnancy, conception, and obviously not in that order. So what is a dichotomy? A dichotomy is taking a topic and seeing a lot of contrast in that topic. So when we look at fertility and conception, there's a lot of bliss, there's a lot of happiness, there's a lot of joy in that for most scenarios. For some, it is a surprise and a shock. And for some, very few, it is disappointment, maybe because the timing is wrong or the situation was not desirable. But for the most part, and for most of you here on my channel listening to these videos, it is a joy, or it's a future joy that you're looking forward to. It is the pinnacle of your goal that you're looking towards. So there's a lot of happiness, love, blissful feelings, basically. And depending on how your pregnancy goes, some pregnancies are really easy, some pregnancies are a little challenging, but you get through that because you know at the end there is a bundle of joy. Now there is a bump in the road, and that's where a lot of us hit a wall, and that is the actual childbirth. And that's what I want to talk about today. Childbirth can be seen as very challenging. It can be seen as very fearful. It can be seen as something that you just want to get it over with. You want to give it to someone else to deal with. And I talk about childbirth a lot because I believe that some of the big reasons why our sons and the spirit babies that are incarnating into the planet, they want that rite of passage. They want to be able to travel through the vaginal canal and take that rite of passage, just like a butterfly emerging from a chrysalis and going from a caterpillar to a butterfly. And just to bring up that story, when a caterpillar goes into the cocoon and goes into the chrysalis and has that period of time where they're basically hibernating, ready to emerge and become the butterfly, when they have to emerge out of the cocoon and out of the chrysalis, they have to push tremendously. And it really it hurts not that we know what, butterflies think, but the science and the observation has shown that it really hurts, and it is very challenging for the butterfly to push out of that chrysalis. But if they don't, they won't mature certain muscles in certain areas of their wings, and they won't be able to fly. So they have to go through the pain and they have to go through discomfort in order to get to the point where they can emerge as a butterfly and actually fly. And that's really the childbirth story. The childbirth has been seen historically as a very painful, very discomforting, very challenging period in your life from a parenthood perspective. And for the moms out there that are on that path right now and they're headed towards that moment where they are going to give birth and you're full of fear, know deep down that there is a better way. Know that you are built for birth. That's number one. Every woman on the planet that is interested or willing and able to become a parent and procreate and, spread your seed on this planet, you were built, God-given birthright, built to give birth. And also understand and really understand the subconscious mind. So your mind has been filled purposefully and from a dubious and I personally think a nefarious effort from movies, from TV, from sitcoms that portray women as a disaster, a complete disaster and utter pain during childbirth, and they're screaming. So you record that in your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind has to deprogram that and reprogram success, reprogram strength and courage and bravery And you can do that with a hypnobirthing class. Now, as most of you know, that I talk about in a lot of my videos, I do teach bliss-born hypnobirthing. And it is 5 classes where you learn how to deprogram all of the trauma, all of the issues, all of the pain, and all of the discomfort that you believe the childbirth experience is going to be. And you go back in and you reprogram success, courage, bravery, a blissful environment. And that's why it is called bliss-born hypnobirthing. Yeah, because the end goal is a blissful birth. Now, there are extremes where some folks talk about orgasmic births. I'm not offering that as my personal option. I did not have an orgasmic birth. If anything, the birth itself was manageable and calm, and I got over all of those fears. But I could see how if I didn't do the work and if I didn't really feel into those fears and transmute them and fix them and move beyond them and release them, that both births of our sons would have been a hot mess, basically. So putting in that time, and when you think about it, once you find out that you are pregnant, you do have pretty much 9 months, maybe 8 months, because you don't necessarily find out in the first month or the first couple weeks, to work on this. So you have a deadline and you have a goal, and it is something that you can work on. It is that initial fear of getting over and that initial bump in the road that you have to identify and move through in order to get to the other side. So my purpose, my life purpose, working with women and working with couples, is to create an environment where we overcome those mental blocks around childbirth, and we get over to the other side, to where it is blissful and it is really something that you're looking forward to instead of something you're cringing about. And when you think about it, the same body parts that created the baby, which is the genitals and that whole area of your body, the reproductive organs, the reproductive area, it is designed for orgasm. So it's also designed to open up like a flower in order to give birth. And it is designed for pleasure. So tapping into that part of the cycle and bringing it into something that is beautiful instead of a pain, tension cycle that we usually see during childbirth, transmuting it and making it better will help with your birth and with your experience and with your memories. Our son turns 5 tomorrow, and I always think about the morning and all of the events that happened and the actual birth. I did create a birth story about that, and I have that on my social media. But looking back on that experience and how much courage, bravery, how much gumption, and how much strength that gave me, I get to relive it every single year when his birthday comes. So I wish that for all of you. My website is fromfertilitytodelivery.com, and I'm also on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, which have the video on YouTube and Facebook. And it's the handle at fromfertilitytodelivery. So I really hope that it hits home for those of you that have some worries, even though you may not even be pregnant yet, or maybe you are pregnant watching this. Just know that you can do it, and I believe in you, and I'm here for you. If you have any questions, please email me fromfertilitytodelivery@gmail.com, and have a wonderful day. Many blessings.